Is the Muth scratch with an official cause given as fever? An opportunistic circumstance for Baffert to win the Preakness and Belmont stakes? Running Imagination in the Preakness and Muth in the Belmont? Later in this video, Muth and Imagination are shown practicing the anticipated pace for the Preakness stakes. Muth on the inside, with post position 4 and Imagination stalking on the outside with the outermost post position. Muth was scratched after travelling to Baltimore with a fever. He was beaten soundly in the 2023 Breeders' Cup Juvenile by Fierceness. Muth stayed on the same lead leg for a long time and tired. This was fixed, and the longer Belmont track will allow for lead changes. Here is the Arkansas Derby where Muth was held mid-race and still dominated.
And we're off in the Arkansas Derby. And a good break for all the runners in the race, and there was a roar from the crowd as they left the gate. Time for Truth up on the pace. He's prominent, and there's Muth on a hold right now. These two together with 1 lap to go. Jess Steele runs in the 3rd position. Timberlake 4th. Scraping Pain approaching the turn on the heels of the leader around the turn. Informed Patriot in the 5th position early. Dymatic a little bit keen, but more settled down than in his last race. He's 2 lengths off the lead as they're pretty tightly clumped up. Mystic Dan and Liberal Arts are next. Liberal Arts has to take up here and drops towards the back of the field here. Imperial Gun alongside of him. Awkward move for Liberal Arts, who's at the back with Imperial Gun. So they're down the back stretch here. Muth on the outside, and Timberlake, Flavian Pratt lets him loose on the inside, lets it out a notch, and he's the pacemaker down the back stretch. So it is Timberlake, the Rebel winner, in front by a half length. Muth perched outside of him, hounding from the outside. Jess Steele 3rd. Time for Truth between horses. Dymatic is down on the inside. Then Informed Patriot will take at the bait and is dropped back. Mystic Dan patiently ridden. He's out of harm's way on the outside. 7 lengths off the pace. Liberal Arts trying to re-rally on the second last spot. And Imperial Guns at the back around the 4th turn. There goes Muth to challenge Timberlake, and the race is on now. Muth on the outside, strides level. Timberlake back in 2nd as Muth takes command. Muth and Juan Hernandez have a 1/4 mile more to get, and Hernandez gives him the cue to go, and Muth off the turn still in front. Timberlake 2nd, Jess Steele 3rd, then Mystic Dan, who tries to rally on. Furlong to go. It's Muth. Jess Steele running huge in 2nd. Timberlake 3rd. Muth with a 16th to go. He's opened up by 3. And it's Muth coming down the stretch in Hot Springs to win it. Muth, the son of good magic, wins the Arkansas Derby. Jess Steele 2nd.
The Muth scratch will likely slow the pace and sets up Imagination as the lone pace setter with probable challenge from Seize the Grey, and if allowed to move up Tuscan Gold with Just Steel stalking. You can't count out Derby winner Mystic Dan also. There are a lot of closers in this race. Here is the Santa Anita Derby, where Imagination finished 2nd.
Stronghold gets the first call. EJ won the cup. Imagination broke beautifully in between them and puts his head in front. Now Tapalo rushes up along the inside to engage Imagination, and just behind them, Woodstock 5th through the opening furlong. Tessuto outside, Curlin's Chaos, McVeigh 3 wide and last. Tapalo will be the pace setter. Opens up 2 on Imagination 2nd. EJ won the cup in the center of the track. Between rivals, Stronghold and Curlin's Chaos is down at the rail. Woodstock has 5 legs to make up. McVeigh is next. Having a little bit of a difficult time is McVeigh. And another 2 back to Tessuto. They move on to the backstretch, and it's Tapalo and Umberto Rispoli setting the tempo. Imagination gliding up to him in 2nd, and EJ won the cup is 3 wide in 3rd. Another 3 back to Stronghold, who's patiently handled 4th, 3.5 lengths off the pace at this stage. Woodstock is 5th past the half-mile pole. Curlin's Chaos down at the rail. The 2 trailers are Tessuto and McVeigh. Heading to the 3/8 pole, Tapalo, Imagination yet to be called on, a 1.5 lengths back 2nd. Stronghold awaiting racing room. He's just inside. EJ won the cup. Then Curlin's Chaos, Woodstock, another 3 to Tessuto and McVeigh. Imagination making his move past the 1/4 pole. EJ won the cup, running a good race on the outside. Tapalo is down at the rail, and Stronghold won from the outside. A driving finish. Stronghold bursts through between horses and is up to take the lead at the furlong pole. Imagination trying to match strides with him, and EJ won the cup in 3rd. It's Imagination and Stronghold nose and nose in the
Last year, National Treasure outlasted the field in a huge win for Baffert in a classic take the lead and go. But National Treasure wasn't his best horse. It was Cave Rock, who also finished second in the 2022 Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
They're off.
A freak injury ended Cave Rock too soon, and
it was a very good start
anyway.
for National Treasure today. Mage came out pretty well. In fact, he's going to be close. There goes Coffee with Cristo, moving up on the outside. Blazing Sevens away, running in third. Mage closer to the pace today. He's 3 lengths off the lead with 1 lap to go. Red Route 1 is next, and then Perform. And late running long shot, Chase the Chaos, chases National Treasure into that first turn. He's on top by 2 lengths. Goes by that opening quarter mile in 23.95 seconds. Pace is a moderate one. Coffee with Chris, the Maryland runner, is second. Then Blazing Sevens on the outside. Javier Castellano finds a cozy spot with the Kentucky Derby winner Mage. They're 4 lengths off the lead entering the backstretch. Route 1 is right to the inside. Then comes Perform and Chase the Chaos. The half mile, a pedestrian one, was 48.92 seconds. Advantage National Treasure, who heads up the backstretch 3/4 of a length ahead. Coffee with Chris is second. Red Route 1 has made a move on the inside. Blazing Sevens is 3 wide. Mage is right behind them. He's still 3 lengths behind with a half mile left. Then Perform and Chase the Chaos. Around the far turn, National Treasure is the leader. Javier Castellano has now taken Mage to the outside. He's moved up into third as Blazing Sevens takes on front-running National Treasure coming toward the top of the stretch. National Treasure off the turn in front. Blazing Sevens alongside. Mage is 2.5 lengths behind them. Red Route 1 cuts the corner, and they're into the stretch. National Treasure taken on by Blazing Sevens. Mage wanders inside. Still work to do with him. National Treasure digging in. Blazing Sevens. Mage is third. It's National Treasure. It's Blazing Sevens putting on a show in the Preakness. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be National Treasure. John Velasquez.
Muth and Imagination trained together to synchronize early speed. Their training included both scenarios with Imagination on the lead and Muth stalking. The last thing you want is a pace duel that could take either or both horses out of the money for no reason. A wet track is expected for this year's Preakness Stakes. Baffert loves the slop at Pimlico, with sloppy track wins with Justify in 2018 and American Pharaoh in 2015. Horses tire significantly after a sloppy track.
They're off in the Preakness. Justify appeared to come out cleanly with Good Magic, Quip on the inside with early speed too, and Bravazzo is close and in the mix as they race out of the fog and bias for the first time. And it is indeed Justify who emerges up top, but Good Magic is closer today. Bravazzo is running along in third, Quip is fourth, Diamond King is fifth, then Sporting Chance, tenfold on the outside, and Lone Sailor's the last of them all as Justify is taken on by Good Magic through a 23.11 1 opening quarter mile. So Good Magic trying to get the jump on Justify here. They're head and head as they make their way to the backstretch. And Bravazzo is running along in third. Quip is fourth toward the inside. Diamond King follows in fifth. Then comes Tenfold, Sporting Chance, and Lone Sailor, the last of them all, as they continue their way up the backstretch. 47.19, a reasonable half mile here in the Preakness Stakes, but it is in fact Good Magic on the inside of Justify, and their noses apart on the lead. So they're going at each other, although the pace is not all that fast. And Bravazzo is 3 lengths off of them. Quip is down toward the inside. Tenfold, Diamond King, and then on the inside is Lone Sailor. So they make their way into the turn. Good Magic on the inside of Justify. The two of them are right together, and they've run 3/4 of a mile in 1 minute 11.42 seconds as they round the far turn in the fog at Pimlico. And Good Magic on the inside's got a head in front. Mike Smith goes to a ride on Justify. They are nose to nose. Justify now sticks a neck in front. He's going to try to put away Good Magic, and they're into the stretch. And Mike Smith goes to the whip on Justify. Tenfold is closing in with Bravazzo on the outside as the field comes into the final furlong. It is Justify in front. Good Magic on the outside. Tenfold. Bravazzo. Justify. He's unstoppable. He won the Preakness. Bravazzo was second. Tenfold.
Next up is American Pharaoh, who also won at Pimlico in a wet track. I should mention that Just Steel is an offspring of Justify and should run well in the slop, and his mother was a mudder.
Off to the roar of the Baltimore crowd for the 140th running of the Preakness. All seem to come away okay, and it's American Pharaoh and Mr. Z. American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza sending American Pharaoh right to the front. Mr. Z left alongside in second. Dortmund back in third position and chasing that pace as they push to the first turn. And then it's Bodizat for 1 off the rail as they push into the first turn run. Divining Rod is next. Then it's back to Firing Line is to the rear of the field today. And Danzig Moon and Tail of Verb is the trailer. 22 4/5. Whip through that opening quarter to American Pharaoh, who's opened up 2.5 lengths now on Mr. Z. It's another 3 to Dortmund in third as they move past the 6 furlong mark. Then it's Divining Rod, who's about 6 lengths off of American Pharaoh. Firing Line Bodhisattva is next, and Danzig Moon and Tail of Verb, 46 2. Strong fractions by American Pharaoh, strolling through the slop here in Baltimore with a 2-length lead. Here comes Mr. Z back after him. Dortmund's getting closer on the far outside. Divining Rod is fourth, just 3 lengths from American Pharaoh into the far turn. The others have running to do. Tail of Verb is now past. Firing Line has dropped back third last position with 3 furlongs left to go. American Pharaoh sent right to the front is still there from Dortmund on the outside, who's a length and a half behind. Divining Rod, Mr. Z is back in fourth. A quarter to go at Pimlico, the 6 1, 11 2/5 of a second. And American Pharaoh turns for home with the lead. Now Divining Rod fully driven in second. Dortmund couldn't quicken in third. They're coming through the final furlong, and it's American Pharaoh and Victor Espinoza with a lead by 6 from Divining Rod. American Pharaoh, a true American phenom. American Pharaoh, phenomenal in the Preakness, led all the way to win by a half dozen. Tail of Verve was